'94 DuPont Chevrolet of Jeff Gordon. Jeff Craven is the gas man. The catch can man is Jason Burdett. Tony Gibson on the windshield. Chris Anderson is your jack man. Front tire changer, Tony Gant. Front tire carrier, Craig Currione. The rear tire changer, Shane Church. And the rear tire carrier, Steve Hart. The crew chief is Robbie Loomis. And the driver, three-time Winston Cup champion, two-time winner of the Winston from Vallejo, California, Jeff Gordon.
Starting bike, the crew, and the number 9, Dodge Dealers, Dodge Intrepid of Bill Elliott.
Jeff Gordon, the 95 and 97 winner. Here we go for NASCAR's All-Star Race. The 17th annual running of the Winston gets the green flag. And Steve Park, boy, real loose on the start, almost spun.
Bunch of guys did. Jeff Burton got in the back of Tony Stewart and turned him sideways. Oh, car's sideways. All the cars are loose down in the corner. The track is wet. It's Gordon, Michael Waltrip, Kevin 29 car. All these cars are wrecking because I believe it might be raining down there.
And the rain is coming even harder.
Oh, for Pete's sake. What a way to start this event.
For some drivers, what a way to end it.
Unbelievable.
They waved the green flag. The sky opened up. Harvick, shower of sparks up in turn 3. And now it's pretty well pouring here in Concord. Jeff Gordon walks away.
See him wearing the Hans device.
A bunch of guys didn't get going all that well. I think they were spinning their tires.
Yeah, watch Steve Park right there in that one car. Look how loose he gets.
See Tony Stewart get all sideways there because Burton got into him, and these guys are all over the place. They get down here to the corner. And everybody starts up the hill. I mean, everybody's loose. There goes Harvick.
Rusty Wallace all but hit the wall.
Rusty was so lucky. Watch Park back here, and if you can...
Right there.
See, he can't get going. He's just spinning the tires and does everything but spin out.
And centered on Jeff Gordon.
Like the back end just come around. He got into Burton. Just not enough grip down there. It looked like,
boy, what a lick right
He'd
there.
hit him hard.
Wow.
Yeah, and unfortunately, hit him back here in the back. Yeah. Didn't get him in the driver's door.
Jeff Gordon trying to get woed up
on the outside, and of course the back end starts around, and he doesn't have any control whatsoever.
And Jeff Burton's just a victim. Everybody's a victim, and I agree with you, Darrell. We've taken the green flag, so be it.
Yeah.
It's a special event, special rules. Let those guys unload a backup car.
If they got one ready to race and they could do it, I'd say go do it, boys. Make them start in the back if that's what you want to do, but they need to be in the race.
A quick look at the rules and the entry blank would not permit a backup car, but the rules for this race are special. You can work on the car during a red flag, but there's that line, EIRI, except in rare instances. This is one of them.
It is, I think. Mother Nature.
Dick Berggren?
Well, this is something these guys go through every week. This could very easily be a situation where final practice, getting ready to qualify, whatever, and all of a sudden you have a miscue during a normal race.
Right.
You've got to be able to reach up there and pull that car off, warm it up, run it through inspection, and get it on the racetrack in the last 10 or 15 minutes. If these guys are ready, in 15 minutes, they can be on the racetrack.
Now, do you, as we're seeing your car being pulled out here, do you face the same problems with a normal inspection as you would with a backup car? Are there other little things maybe that normally you wouldn't worry about, thinking you're not going to need this right away?
Well, one thing that they will not have time to do is probably detect the engine. But what NASCAR will do, they'll say, okay, guys, understand, at the end of this race, we will tear this engine down to make sure you're not trying to slide one in on us.
We'll see what we can do with that and then adjust on it, and that should make the next 30 and that last 10 real exciting.
Now, we got some guys that didn't make a lap. NASCAR's letting them take backup cars out of the hall. They're going to put them on the racetrack, go race with you. Is that okay by you?
Yeah, that's all right by me. I mean, this is a different race, you know. This is a winner's race. And, you know, it wasn't their fault the racetrack was wet. You know, they sent us to go racing. And I can't say it was NASCAR. You just didn't realize the track was that wet. Plus, by the time we got back down there, it had started raining. So, you know, I think it's an unfortunate situation, and I hope everybody can get their cars out and come be a part of this big race.
You can see the rain on Rusty's windshield right over here. He comes down to start the race, and you can probably, if you might be able to hear the engine when he stands on it. Hear that? tire spin?
Rear wheel spinning.
Whoa, look at that thing. Oh, loose, slide. Look at the windshield over. See the water running up the windshield? Look over here.
Well, Mike, two-time Winston winner Jeff Gordon still has high hopes for a third. But what happened? I mean, you're a dirt track ace. You couldn't even save it?
Oh, I tried. That thing went sideways so quick, I didn't know what happened. And I stood in the gas, and it just turned right back. And I think I clipped a 99, then I hit the wall, and it tore that race car up really bad. That was unfortunate, you know. It didn't look like it was raining that hard when we took the green, but boy, when we got to one, it was coming down hard. And, tore up some race cars, but hey, this is the Winston. You know, it just gets more and more interesting all the time. We're able to get the backup car out, and you know, who knows? Maybe we can go out there and win with the backup. Wouldn't that be a story?
That would be a big story. You've had a lot of interesting and exciting moments in this race.
Well, I mean, everybody has interesting moments and exciting things happen. Even if you don't see it, there's exciting things happening because you've got your hands full. You know, it's one of those races you put everything out there on the line. Every restart, every time, you know, every line you take is critical, you know, to whether you're going to win this race. And so, you know, it's unfortunate that happened, but at least we get the opportunity to get another car out and, you know, maybe we can do some good. The biggest thing we want to do is learn something here tonight that we might be able to take into next week.
This is not your 600 car, but would you like to change the engine if you had a chance?
Oh, yeah, that engine now in the primary car was an awesome engine. I mean, that's the type of horsepower you got to have to win this race. Our backup engine is good. And we'll find out if it's going to be good enough because I just don't, it's not raining right now. I don't think we have time to change it.
Still optimistic, even without the motor they want to run, Mike.
Who's the only driver to win all 3 segments of the Winston All-Star race on the same night?
I can't think. They're not playing our double jeopardy.
Bill Elliott.
1995.
Oh, 1995. It wasn't. I don't think it was Bill Elliott then. That was a good.
Hammond, can you bail us out?
Hey, Jeff Gordon.
I believe he's got a book down there.
He always knows. He down at the hotel, they got the answers.
He's in cahoots with somebody.
Oh, I tell you.
Jeff Gordon did it in 1995. He won all 3 segments, and after they invert the field after the first segment, that makes that a tough thing to do.
How's Hammond figure all that stuff out? He didn't. You worked with him.
The 24 team is not taking any chances, although they did not change the engine in their backup car. If it does rain again, they will make an engine change. This is the engine that was in the wrecked race car. They're changing some parts, getting this engine ready just in case it does rain again. They will make a swap.
All that work.
Hey, they're lining up in the inspection area. Jeff Gordon's car is here right now. Brian Weitzel's got foot inside that car. They're getting ready to fire the engine up on it. Kevin Harvick's car is lined up right behind it. These crews have done an absolutely incredible job changing engines, getting cars out of the haulers that weren't really ready to run. And they're all ready to go through the inspection. They're all set to go back and race again. It's an incredible story down here in the garage.
It varies from team to team. Some teams are very meticulous about having a race car set up exactly like a backup car set up just like the race car is for adverse conditions, because you never know when you're going to crash that thing with 10 minutes to go before qualifying.
In race configuration, we even went so far during practice we would have our oil plugged in on that backup car, because that's the biggest thing you had to worry about, is getting the oil hot to get out on the racetrack. But remember, they're going to run 30 laps. They stay on the lead lap. They've got a 10-minute break to adjust this race car, so they've got a lot going for them.
We're eventually going to see here. All right, so a lot has gone on as Jeff Gordon is back in this thing. He's trying to win the Winston for the 3rd time.
Third time, and this time with a backup car. As he said earlier, it would be a really special situation if he could come from the back and win this race for the 3rd time. I mean, the crowd would go wild.
1 race, 3 segments. Dick Berggren.
Well, Robbie Loomis' primary car, driven by Jeff Gordon, was thoroughly trashed in that first turn crash. To a backup car, what's the story? You think a backup car's got a chance to win this thing?
That was a shame. That was a brand new car we had, but for sure, you know, all the cars at Hendrick Motorsports are great. You know, we just got an incredible team. We got to thank all the guys on the Kellogg's team and the UA Delphi team. They all pitched in, helped get this thing back together, and the car's going to be great. And, you know, when you put Jeff Gordon in it, that 24 on the side, flames at night, it could be exciting.
In a thrash like this, what do you worry the most about when you get ready to go race again?
You know, the biggest thing you worry about, you know, is an oil line leaking or something happened that you did in a hurry. You know, all the guys worked real hard getting it ready to go. You just got to double check. That's what they're doing right now. They're looking over everything, trying to make sure everything's good to go. And the big thing for us, we want to get some time on this tire over here at Charlotte, so it'll really help us next week come back to the 600.
Your guys are going to be exhausted. They have worked so hard.
You'll sleep good tomorrow.
It's Stock Car Racing's All-Star Late Night is what we're getting into.